Vanessa is here to answer your questions. If you call early, then there's a little more time for Vanessa to ask you return questions. A lot of times I've witnessed this with doing the show with Vanessa that, you know, she has a question for you after you ask your question quite often. I guess that's the way the law works. So the phone number is, again, 622-9622. Just ignore all that sound in the background. That's me. That's Robin and Vanessa just playing ball or something. They're just tossing around Cheetos or something. Good morning.
Or Jan's headphones.
Good morning, Vanessa.
Good morning. I'm well. How's everybody?
Pretty good. Tomorrow is July 1st.
How exciting is that?
There's like 27 new laws or something like that go into effect just in this state alone tomorrow.
That's right.
You got to keep up with all that stuff, huh?
That's right. And I have a whole class at the end of July.
You do?
Learn about all of them.
To learn about all of them?
Wow.
Yes.
Well, we went through them. They were mostly boring as far as I was concerned. But
Almost all laws are boring.
yeah.
But we make it fun.
But some of them made sense to me. It's like, are you kidding? We had to have a law for that? And who knew, you know, so.
Have you met people? You have to have a law for everything.
Have I met people? That's the first question.
That's the first question. And the answer is yes.
Yes, I have met people.
So, yeah, no, there's... People are silly sometimes, so you have to look out for them.
We do have a phone call, and that's what this show is about, so let's take that call. Good morning. You're on the air with Vanessa. Thank you for calling.
Good morning, Vanessa.
Good morning.
I have a question. If I wanted to drain down my bank account and give my kids a sum of money, it could be a fairly large sum, would they have to pay taxes on that money?
Well, there's inheritance taxes, which are federal taxes. There's a cap every year as to what you can give them. In the past, it has been upwards of $10,000 per year. There's creative ways to get, and that's per person, and there's creative ways to get around that, how much you can give them as a gift, by giving them money like at Christmas, and then the beginning of the new year giving them money again, so then they can get that lump sum kind of all at once, but in 2 separate years. But then there would be capped out for the next year, for the entire year.
Well, it's sort of like once a year then.
Once a year, yes. There's a gift that you can. There's a cap that you can give every year, and every year, well, not every year, that changes, but the dollar amount does change. So you just have to look at that for tax purposes. But there is a lump sum gift.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So you have to pay taxes.
Thank you for the call.
that? The people that receive it have to pay taxes, and they have to justify. They have to report it.
You have to declare it. So, but if you get like. Couple years ago, the cap was, when I looked into it, because I don't do tax law, was $10,000. So one of my clients wanted to give $10,000. Could they give that without them having to report it? The answer then was yes. But because it's taxes and tax law changes, or code, it's tax code.
No, that
Tax code
doesn't
changes
seem
every year.
fair. Because the parents work hard, they earn that money, they pay taxes on the money that they receive, and now they want to give it to their kids, and the children still have to pay tax.
Well, right, because it's viewed still as an income.
Oh,
So it's income to the other person who didn't work hard for that money.
oh.
You have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Vanessa.
Yes. Good morning, everybody, and Vanessa.
Good morning.
Say, when you go in for major surgery, or any surgery for that matter, what they had was they make you watch a video on arbitration and suing doctors and this, that, and whatnot, and then they have you sign paperwork afterwards saying that you agree totally to just arbitration in case something would go wrong. In a case like that, is that pretty much just you can't really do nothing about it, or can you have a lawyer represent you and go beyond the arbitration situation?
Well, when it comes to arbitration, if you sign a contract that says you're only going to arbitrate, then you're theoretically stuck with just arbitration. You could always file a lawsuit in court, and if they do arbitration as a defense and asking for the case to be moved from circuit court into arbitration, then at that point in time, what you would do is you would go forward in civil court. But if they did ask for it to be moved to arbitration, you'd have to move everything to an arbitrator. You can have counsel represent you in arbitration. There's attorneys who specialize in that because it's a slightly different process because it's quasi-judicial instead of 100% judicial. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, so in other words, to play it safe, it'd be right to have a lawyer that's in that particular field to kind of guide you through and just watch things for you, right?
That's correct. Unless you wanted to be a little sneaky and try to get around it by filing a civil lawsuit first and just seeing if the doctor happens to bring up arbitration as a defense. But most of them who have you sign that clause know about that little loophole, so they tend to jump right on it and force you to arbitration anyway.
Okay, thank you very much. You cleared up my question. Real nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Good questions today. All right, the phone number is, look at my sound echoey all the time. The phone number is 622-9622. I don't know. And Vanessa will answer your questions. Wow, you're doing good today.
Thank you.
This is one to put on a little asterisk on in case we need to repeat something. Oh, last week, how'd you do? You went to Disney World?
We did.
Did you have fun?
It was my sister's 25th birthday, so we went to Disney.
Oh my gosh.
How fun.
Which
she
park?
wanted to do.
Did you go to more than one park?
We did Animal Kingdom and Disney World, Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Did you stand on the line for the Avatar stuff?
We did one of the Avatar rides because there was a fast pass, but the other one had a 2.5-hour wait, and I have no patience for that. Even though the little sisters have patience for that, I told them I'm too old for that.
Did they wait and you went somewhere else?
No, they acquiesced.
They did.
Acquiesced.
I love that. That's great.
I need to go to Disney World with you. I've never acquiesced there before.
They said, okay.
Sounds like fun.
You might be a little right. All right, we'll go somewhere else.
It is a fun place to go. I just the length of the lines, that's what drives me nuts.
It's the length of the lines, and it's summer.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah, that is another
It's summer
problem.
in Florida. It's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's really nice. I mean, you do family things like that, and that's what makes you real and genuine. That's why people come to you, because you're super professional, but you also care about the client and the outcome.
Most times I do. And by most times, I mean almost every single time.
And we do have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Vanessa.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a comment. I have a comment about the tax question that was on earlier.
Okay.
I would advise that person to contact a tax lawyer, because it's my understanding that you can give money to relatives and file a Form 709 and have it apply against your lifetime estate taxes.
And there you go. Like I said, I don't do tax law.
Okay. Well, that's good information. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate that. Well, and just another example of how vast the world of law is. That one lawyer's. That's where you have expertise, or what are
Absolutely.
specialties, right?
And we have, with the Jennings law firm, accountants that we send people to.
Oh, okay. So when that happens.
Yep.
So I don't know if this fits in or not, but when I was younger, my grandfather sold my mother a car for $1. Only because if he had given it to her, there would have been a gift tax. But with the $1, she only owed tax on $1.
That's done a lot of times, especially with real estate.
So, and
Like
they
if
must
do a
know
quick
you.
claim date, it'll be like $10.
And they must know we're doing that. I mean, it's not a secret or trick. It's just a
You're just showing consideration.
loophole or
Yep.
something.
Because no one ever looks at the law is very clear about consideration, and that's what you get for giving something. So you never look into the adequacy of consideration. As long as there is, it's called a mustard seed of consideration. It's good enough for the law.
Everything is compared to a mustard seed. Isn't there anything else we can compare it to, like a sesame seed?
Possibly, but I think a mustard seed is a little bit smaller.
Smaller, so we need a tiny little seed, like a.
I don't think I've ever seen a mustard seed.
I don't either.
And I've used it so many times in
I look at a
law
jar.
school and
it must be really small, and yet the mustard in the store costs so little. It's just you would think it'd be more expensive if the seed was so tiny.
I don't know.
Are there
That one?
regular terms that you go to when you're in court during cases that you use a lot?
There's terms of art. That's literally what they're called. Like they mean something in the field of law that if I said to a normal person, they would just look at me like I was crazy. But there are certain terms that we use all the time, and they're just and we call them terms of art.
And judges like that when you use those terms,
Well,
as opposed to
it means something. Like to a lawyer, this phrase always means this. Like there's no room for interpretation. Case law has decided this means that. So those are our go-to phrases.
And can you be a judge without being an attorney?
No.
Oh, so you have
There's certain areas where you could be a magistrate without being an attorney. But to be a judge, you have to be an attorney.
Would you like to be a judge?
One day.
One day? Oh, that would be so cool. Boy, that would be, because you've got so much expertise in a variety of fields that you would make a good one.
Well, thank you.
There was one, you do family law, and there was one I had, where's that piece of, there's one of the laws that applies to birth certificates, and there was one to adoptive or foster families. All right, the birth certificate one, I don't know if you heard this, I'm guessing you have. It's House Bill 101, for what that's worth. It allows families to request certificates of non-viable birth after miscarriages. I didn't know that you couldn't get that. I mean, or that was even a consideration. It's called the Grieving Families Act. The measure gives parents the option of seeking certificates of non-viable birth for fetuses lost between the 9th and 20th week of gestation. I'm imagining there's no legal thing there, right? I mean, you wouldn't have to go to an attorney for that one, right?
I wouldn't, no, not necessarily, but it does shed a little bit of a light onto other things that could happen. Like it could open up other avenues, because a person is not a person legally until they're born alive.
Really? That says that somewhere?
Yeah, there's Supreme Court cases on that one.
Oh.
So that's like pretty much that is you're not considered to be a person until there's a live birth. So that can change that up. But that's why we go to those classes, to see all the in-depth and how things like that, which don't seem like they could potentially have effect on other things down the road.
Here's the one for the foster family. House Bill 185 creates a 50% entry fee discount to state parks for families operating a licensed family foster home. So you can take all the kids to the park and it'll be only $1. To Silver Springs, it'll be $1 a kid instead of $2 a kid.
Right. That way they can get out and do more things, because it's costly to raise children.
Sure. Oh,
And the
yeah.
the more kids you have, go out and do things.
Well, you went to Disney, and
Right.
this week they had this announcement, this big announcement. What was it, $79?
$79.
$79 a person, but you got to buy 4 days. So that's an adult, and $74 a day, and you got to buy 4 days for the kids. So a family of 4 is basically spending enough money to go to Paris.
That's exactly correct.
It's unbelievable.
No, Disney. I always look around and see how many people are at Disney World and realize, how do they afford this? Like, how does the average person?
How do they afford it? Yeah.
Because everything there is so expensive.
But if it's worth it, if it's a special day and you only do it once in a while, then I guess it makes sense, right? Like you went.
We did, but we are annual pass holders, so we pay a little bit every single solitary month. So for us, it's worth it. Because
Really?
We go.
Oh, wow.
We go all the time because it's right down there.
I have a
It's around the
question for
corner.
you regarding getting us a legal ID.
Okay.
Okay. My nephew has a girlfriend, and she has dual citizenship, I think,
That's
from
what she said,
the United
yeah.
States and Greece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Her birth certificate is in Greek.
Okay.
And so she had a state ID and has one, but it's expired. And now she can't get a job because she doesn't have a legal ID. And she went through the process, and apparently it was supposed to take 8 weeks, and now it's 11 or 12 weeks.
Oh, 14 weeks.
And I
yeah.
said, you should call somebody. I mean, have you ever had to deal with somebody trying to get a legal ID when they, I don't know what does it mean, dual citizenship? She's still a citizen. I don't know why that takes longer than if you were a full citizen.
Well, you have to show proof. Well, is she getting an ID or a driver's license?
ID.
Okay, so she just has to show proof of, there's a requirement. Same one thing we talked about a couple months back when you went to go renew yours.
Right.
You have to show certain proof. So, but when the birth certificate's not in English, that always makes it complicated no matter what you're doing. Because we had a step-parent adoption, and the children were from another country where their birth certificates were not in English. And it just added more time. You had to get official translations. There were just more steps that needed to be taken that are not normally necessary for people when the birth certificate's in English.
So she told me she went through a church on Pine somewhere. and apparently they help them out a lot. And yet it's taking longer than they had hoped. 8 weeks seems like a long time. 11 weeks
Yeah.
or 12 weeks seems like
it's
unreasonable.
reasonable time.
Bureaucracy, everything takes time.
Yeah, so 8 weeks is probably
I would say
optimistic.
that's 2 months, yeah. That's about right.
That's about right. Okay, so it's been more like 3 months now, right?
Yeah. So she should have it by now.
Wow.
I hope.
All right, let's take a little break. The phone line is open if you want to call Vanessa with a question. The number is 622-9622. But if you prefer not to be on the radio telling us your legal circumstances, you are certainly advised to speak with Vanessa in private at her office. And what is your phone number over there?
It is 352-804-0092.
Okay, we'll repeat that before we wrap up the show. Let's take a little break, and we'll be right back with Vanessa.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Friday, sunshine and some clouds with a thunderstorm around mainly during the afternoon hours across the interior, the high 88 to 92. A partly cloudy Friday night, low 74 to 78. For Saturday, sunshine and some clouds with a thunderstorm or two around during the afternoon and evening hours, the high 89 to 93. And for Sunday, clouds and some sun with a thunderstorm around in the afternoon, high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around: death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
All right, 6 minutes before 11 o'clock, Vanessa Lane Jennings is in the studio from the Jennings Law Firm, and you can call right now if you want to ask a question. The number is 622-9622. You seem very mellow today. Are you just chilled out from your time off, or?
No.
No?
Am I supposed to be more hyper?
You're not supposed to be, but usually you are.
I apologize.
A little bit. You apologize for what? Being hyper, or
Not being hyper.
was there a not to veer from the real subject, but I'm curious about your Disney trip. Did you have one ride that was really like your favorite, like most relaxing ride? Are you at that point in your life, like I am, where I don't want the Space Mountains anymore? I'd rather Pirates of the Caribbean. I would rather Small World. You know what I mean? Give me a boat. I don't want a roller coaster anymore. I want a boat. So which one fits you? Which one did you like the most?
I like them all. We go all the time, so it's kind of hard to.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so it's kind of, when I say all the time, we go at least once a month. So we make use
Oh
of our
my
annual.
gosh, once a month.
Yeah, we make use of our annual passes.
Oh, nice.
So, but I like both. See, I like Pirates of the Caribbean, but then I like Mount Everest and Rocking Roller Coaster as
What is
well.
Mount Everest? I haven't seen that
Or
one.
the Everest Expedition or Expedition Everest.
What is that, a
whatever it
roller
is.
coaster?
Yeah, it's a roller coaster at Animal Kingdom.
I can just picture you on a roller
okay.
coaster.
Yeah, no.
What does your face look like? On a
I
roller
will. I will show you when we're done because I will show you. We have fast passes. They take they take the pictures and they
Right.
save them.
Oh, and you have
so
one?
they it's on my there's an
nice.
app in the My Disney Experience app, so I can.
How many cases can you do a day in court?
It depends how long. The
That's what
hearing
you're going to talk
is.
about beer.
No.
How many cases of beer can you go through in a night?
In a night, well, it depends what kind of beer it is. No, it depends on the cases because some days I'm in court all day long, literally all day long for one case because it'll be a full day trial.
Oh, okay.
But then there's other times where I'll have case management conferences and they're 15 to 20 minutes and they like to stack those. So I think next week I have 8 court appearances in a day.
And what are case management?
They're both in criminal cases, and those are much longer, but they're in family as well, and those are the short ones. There you go, and the judge kind of gets brought up to speed of where everybody is to see when trial's going to be. We're getting ready to go to trial.
Oh, okay.
And how far along is that going to be? Do we need to, for family, do we need to go back to mediation? Have you gone to mediation at all? Has everyone done all the discovery, turned over all the documents they need to turn over? Where are we in the process? How long is trial going to be? So they ask basic questions like those. That's why it takes about 15, 20 minutes. You go through all those questions, both sides answers, give their opinion. Then they determine, okay, do we need a half-day trial, a full-day trial?
Right.
So
What is your opinion of the transfer of the murder cases to Brad King from, was it Aramis Ayala?
Yes.
What is your thought on that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I actually do not.
Well, she took the case,
Marquisha Lloyd.
Marquise Lloyd.
Marquisha Lloyd.
The guy who killed the sheriff's deputy lady?
Oh, yes.
And she said, I don't believe in the death penalty, so she wasn't going to prosecute him with that in mind. She had her reasons for not supporting the death penalty. So the governor transferred the case and others to our guy, like down here, Brad King. And now there's a legal fight over that. She said he had no right to do that. Any thoughts on that? There was a story.
I'll go and read up on it because I actually did not.
There was one today.
Mention
Do
that.
you remember the guy who got sentenced to death for luring a kid, a 15-year-old kid, I think, out near Lake Weir or something?
Yes.
Remember that? Well, he was sentenced to death, and now he's no longer sentenced to death because the state of Florida changed it. You have to have a unanimous jury now, right?
Well, that was the Supreme Court decision on that one because Florida, that was a little while back, end of last year. I want to say it was October last year. That case was heard, not that case, but the Supreme Court decision.
Maybe, I don't know.
Where they were saying that Florida only required the judge to make the determination instead of the jury. So that was a key point, and so Florida had to redo it, and then not only that the jury had to make the decision, but the decision had to be unanimous. So there was a whole thing that is going on in Florida where a whole bunch of cases are going to have to be reviewed that are death penalty
And he's one of
cases.
them. His name is Michael Bargo. Yeah, he's in so no longer. Now he's got to be retried again. Isn't that something?
They're going to
Or
redo
resentenced.
they're going to do the penalty phase. They're going to do the sentencing
okay.
phase again.
All right, what is your number to call you?
It's 352-804-0092.
All right, if you need a good lawyer, go to the Jennings Law Firm. See Vanessa. She'll help you out. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president out with another